This lesson shows how to solve equations where two or more of the coefficients are fractions. Students are often confused by fractions. Of all the subjects in pre-algebra math, fractions seem to be the most challenging. But equations with fractions don't have to be confusing if you remember one basic idea. You need to remember how to multiply a whole number and a fraction. Recall that a whole number is a numerator. So for this example, 6 times 5 over 2 can be written as 6 times 1 times 5 over 2. Then multiply across for 30 over 2, which is 15. However, there's a much more convenient method called cross-canceling. Remember that a denominator means division. So in this example, 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then the two factors that are left are 3 times 5 equals 15. And the fraction is eliminated. With this in mind, here's an example of an equation with fractions. The LCD for the denominators of the equation is 10. But we're not going to use the LCD to add or subtract. Instead, we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by the LCD. And in one step, both fractions are eliminated from the equation. This works because the LCD, 10, is a number that is divisible by both denominators. You can see that 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. That's the general strategy. Now, let's look at the details of how this works. Since the LCD for the denominators of the equation is 10, multiply both sides by 10. On the left side of the equation in the first term, 10 divided by 2 is 5, which leaves 5 times 3x. In the second term, 10 divided by 5 is 2, which leaves 2 times x. And on the right side of the equation, 10 times 17 equals 170. Then 5 times 3x is 15x, and 2 times x is 2x. For the next step, combine 15x and 2x into 17x. Then divide both sides by 17. For the solution, x equals 10. Always check the solution. Rewrite the equation and substitute the solution. Then 3 over 2 times 10 is 30 over 2. And 1 over 5 times 10 is 10 over 5. Next, 30 divided by 2 is 15, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. Since 15 plus 2 is equal to 17, the solution checks. For the second example, the denominators are 8 and 4. Since 8 is a multiple of 4, the LCD is 8. So multiply both sides of the equation by 8. For the first term, 8 divided by 8 is 1, and 1 times x is x. For the second term, 8 times 4 is 32. On the right side of the equation, 8 divided by 4 is 2, and 2 times 17 is 34. Then subtract 32 from both sides of the equation. For the solution, x equals 2. Be sure to always check the solution. The final example has 3 fractions, 4 terms, and variables on both sides. It looks hard, but no worries. Just take it one step at a time. The LCD for the denominators of the equation is 4. So begin by multiplying each term of the equation by 4. On the left side of the equation in the first term, 4 divided by 4 is 1. And 1 times 3x is 3x. In the second term, 4 times 1 equals 4. On the right side of the equation in the first term, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 2 times 3 equals 6. In the second term, 4 divided by 4 is 1. And 1 times x is x. Then subtract x from both sides. And you have 2x minus 4 equals 6. Now add 4 to both sides of the equation, and you have 2x equal 10. Then divide both sides by 2. For the solution, x equal 5. Always remember to check the solution. This lesson showed how to solve equations where 2 or more of the coefficients are fractions. And this lesson was brought to you by the Math Fun Academy. Its continuing mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new math and new equations, to boldly go where no math student has gone before.